What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the CU4 YouTube channel. After Carlisle United are back in business with a 3-1 victory over Hartlepool United at Brunton Park last night. Floodlight football, it is my favourite thing in the world, and it was a fantastic performance from Carlisle United. Albeit a poor game of football, it wasn't the greatest quality I've ever seen, but I've seen a lot worse, don't get me wrong. But a game in which Carlisle needed to win, and a game in which Carlisle did the business and got the 3 points. It was close at times. There was moments in the game where I thought it was just going to be a stalemate, a 1-1, but the moments of brilliance from Cameron Harper really changed the game, in my opinion. We'll get onto that in a bit. I thought Cameron Harper, by the way, 50th appearance in the Carlisle shirt. It went a lot better than Gabe Breeze's 50th appearance in a Carlisle shirt down at York. Brilliant performance from Harper. I thought he was my man of the match, to be fair. I thought everyone played the part, don't get me wrong. But I thought Cameron Harper was fantastic. A goal and an assist, and just looked like he was playing with a lot of confidence, which is the Cameron Harper we were sort of promised when we signed him from Inverness. But no, Carlisle looked good. I thought that the team looked good in the formation. Please don't change the formation again, Mark Hughes. You know it works. Okay, we know the players know the positions, the players know their roles in that 4-2-3-1 type formation. So yeah, stick with that formation, please, going forward, because it definitely worked a treat last night for Carlisle United. But yeah, Carlisle winning ways in a game where we controlled large part of the game. I thought Hartlepool had the better of the second half in the first sort of 10-15 minutes, but once we weathered that storm, you know, we really went on to control the game in the end. I hope McGrath and Thomas aren't injured for a long time. You know, it's maybe not looking good for Saturday, but hopefully it's just a short-term injury to them too. But I would love to see Morgan Feeney back at centre-back. And the idea of Morgan Feeney and Aaron Hayden as a centre-back partnership doesn't bother me too much. It will be interesting to see if them two are injured, if he does bring on the likes of Jack Ellis as a centre-back like he did yesterday. Because I thought Ellis did that role well when he came into it. It would have been my first choice, but he looked well in that position. But into the game review then, Hartlepool did sneak in early on, and it's a brilliant save from Breeze to be off his line so quickly to get there, but that was inside the first sort of 20-30 seconds. And then Regan Linney with a fantastic sort of fake out with the turn, and he plays it into the box, and Cameron Harper's there. It's a brilliant finish from Harper, just to put it into the top corner to make it 1-0 to Carlisle United inside very early on in the game, and to get his 50th game, his first goal for Carlisle United. But a brilliant performance from Harper starting off there. And a really good move from Carlisle United in general, really dampened that away in spirits, didn't it? But then Archie Davies with a really good move, lovely sort of fake shot cross inside, but the shot was just weak and didn't really trouble the goalkeeper, which I thought, to be fair, was really what Carlisle were missing in that sort of first half. They weren't troubling the goalkeeper enough. You know, again, there's some brilliant work from Terrell Thomas to keep the ball, and then he recycles it really well. The cross comes in, and then again Georgie Kelly with a weak header straight into the goalkeeper's hands. And there's a brilliant ball in behind from Alex Gilead, and then Regan Linney just tries to knock it over the goalkeeper, but it just goes wide. And then there's a brilliant move from Stephen Wern, and he gets into this box, and I think the defender is really lucky because it looks like it's actually going in the back of his own net, but he just loops over his own crossbar to keep it at 1-0 at half-time. Carlisle having a decent amount of chances, but not clear-cut chances, you know, a lot of, you know, tame efforts at the goalkeeper, who had to be substituted, which you don't see every day, do you? But moving into the second half, I mean, I have no idea what happened, but Carlisle United absolutely collapsed for the first 10-15 minutes, and about 2 minutes into the second half, it just wasn't brilliant at all, was it? Hartlepool equalised. It was there was a bit of movement going on, sort of fake shot. Morgan Feeney had slid to block the shot, and then the rebounded shot has fell to somebody for Hartlepool, and then it's come off Morgan Feeney, then it's bounced off Gabe Breeze, and then it fell to a Hartlepool player just to smash it into the back of the net to make it 1-1. Some great scenes in the away end, to be fair. They didn't last very long, but albeit it was 1-1 at that point. And then Terrell Thomas had a header that just went over the bar from the corner. Thomas then went off injured with Jack Ellis at centre-back, and I was a little bit worried. Ellis at centre-back would have been my first choice, but I thought he actually played the role quite well, to be fair. And around that sort of hour mark, I was thinking this game's going to finish 1-1. It's going to take a moment of brilliance to break it, because both teams were set up quite well defensively. And there wasn't a lot in the game at that point. And then Carlisle had a corner. First header's won, but it's flicked onto nothing at the back post. Really frustrating when you're chasing a game and chasing 3 points. But then, wow, Cameron Harper, what an unbelievable cross from Cameron Harper. I think Dylan McGeoch did one last year. It was a pass into Charlie Wyke against Fleetwood. And the pass just didn't get the recognition it deserved. Same here. The cross was unbelievable from Cameron Harper to sort of look up and preempt the fact that Kelly was going to get on the end of that. That's what Kelly brings to this team. I put him in my starting 11 in the 5-minute preview because he brings that roughness to defenders. He'll challenge every ball, and he's always in that right place at the right time. There's a brilliant ball from Harper, and Georgie Kelly with the touch into the finish to make it 2-1 to Carlisle United. Fantastic play from Carlisle. And some even better play from Carlisle, some great link-up from Kelly and Regan Linney. On the counter-attack, George Kelly's ever just wide. And then I've got to say, Morgan Feeney, oh my God, you had my hands in my head. My head in my hands, should I say. Because the cross has come in and he looks like a routine clearance, but I honest to God thought he just passed it into the back of his own net. I honestly thought it was an own goal. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, but he did clear it for a corner. Nothing came of it. There was a good effort from Stephen Wern later in the game, and a great save from their goalkeeper to tick it over the bar. And then cross comes in, and Morgan Feeney makes it 3-1 to kill the game off for Carlisle United in a comfortable performance in the end. But yeah, 3-1 to Carlisle United, and then that was it really. A game of very little talking points, but a game with some key moments in it for sure. But Carlisle United coming away with that 3-1 victory, back to winning ways, back to third in the league, and it will be a very difficult game down at Scunthorpe on Saturday. Were you at the game last night? Let me know in the comments down below. Hopefully the Scunthorpe 5-minute preview will be live on Friday for you. And yeah, Carlisle back to winning ways. Thank you for watching this video. I have been CU4, and I'll see you in the next one.